Number 6. The teacher uses knowledge of effective verbal, nonverbal, and media communication techniques to foster active inquiry, collaboration, and supportive interaction in the classroom. Teachers must understand multiple forms of communication. Communication can be verbal, nonverbal, auditory, demonstrated, insinuated, or alluded to. By creating an activity or a teaching situation where students are empowered by the necessity of their input, a teacher can boost motivation, participation, and knowledge retention. Number 7. The teacher plans instruction based upon knowledge of subject matter, students, the community, and curriculum goals. To acknowledge a range of writing skills, a variety of personal, cultural, and social interests, and an assortment of cognitive strengths, teachers must utilize differentiated teaching strategies.
Divergent thinking. Published a couple of years ago, divergent thinking isn't the same thing as creativity. I define creativity as the process of having original ideas that have value. Divergent thinking isn't a synonym, but it's an essential capacity for creativity. It's the ability to see lots of possible answers to a question, lots of possible ways of interpreting a question, to think what Edward de Bono would probably call laterally, to think not just in linear or convergent ways, to see multiple answers, not one. As that most great learning happens in groups, that collaboration is the stuff of growth.
As addressed repeatedly in the Wisconsin Teaching Standards, the key point to remember about differentiation is different approaches to all aspects of teaching: presentation, communication, cultural acknowledgement, motivational strategies, lesson plans, and of course, assessment. Number 8. The teacher understands and uses formal and informal assessment strategies to evaluate and ensure the continuous intellectual, social, and physical development of the learner. Just like students learn differently, they also test differently. Standardized testing will not be able to locate and foster student potential. It is merely a method of national calibration. So, in the everyday classroom, it is critical that teachers recognize and create fair opportunities for students to demonstrate their knowledge. To do so is to understand that the purpose of assessment is to see if students are learning. A student may know the material and still struggle with multiple choice or essay questions, which is why teachers have to use multiple forms of testing. Number 9. The teacher is a reflective practitioner who continually evaluates the effects of his or her choices and actions on others, students, parents, and other professionals in the learning community, and who actively seeks out opportunities to grow professionally. Teachers use assessment to gauge student learning. However, if the students are failing to learn, then the teacher is failing to teach. Teachers must engage in self-reflection. They must ask questions like, is the material being taught appropriate to the zone of proximal development? Are the methods of assessment flawed? Is the teacher clearly communicating? The best educators are the ones that know they will always be students themselves, and that learning is reciprocal. Seeking feedback and listening to it is the ultimate form of wisdom. Number 10. The teacher fosters relationships with school colleagues, parents, and agencies in the larger community to support students' learning and well-being. There is an intersectional relationship between public agencies, educators, administrators, parents, and students. Intersections may at times give rise to collision. It is imperative to remember that we all share the same ultimate goal, which is the betterment of society as a whole and the well-being of students as individuals. We are all connected and must remember that we are allies, not competitors or dispensers of judgment. Do embark upon your future career as a teacher, knowing that your fellow educators and your community want you to succeed. Take advantage of your support system.
The one they picked, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. And you of tender years can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's hell will slowly go by.